Rolling. Um, Hi, this is Jonathan Bean and Chris Holzworth, and we're doing an interview with and I'm leading the group Social Progress Agents. It's a network to unite everyone who shares the common goal of sustainably developing social systems. Chris is a social progress agent who is combating human trafficking. So tell us a little bit about what you do, Chris.
Um, hey John, I just want to say thanks for having me. I'm in Thailand under a thatched roof, so I know it's a little dark, but everyone that's on here, please bear with me. Wi-Fi's a little shady, that's why our link went out. Little technical difficulties, but just everyone bear with me. But yeah, John, I run a nonprofit that I founded when I was 19 years old called Broken Chains. And as you said before, we combat modern day slavery through rehabilitation, education, and legislation. And we have a plethora of programs that we inhibit into all these in these areas. But and we have, since the starting of it, it's been around for about a year, and we have joined together with a number of um, organization, organizations, and we have helped in rescuing over 1,000 girls from sexual exploitation. So we're really making strides right now in that area, and we're also doing a lot of speaking engagements and just general education. So um, we're really excited about that.
Wow, this sounds like you're doing a lot of good for the social systems around the world. Um, can you tell us what's your perspective of the current state of the world?
Well, John, I believe heavily in the right of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And those aren't just basic American ideals, but basic human rights. Um, and so to ask my perspective of the world, to me, you're asking, how free is the world? How are they able to express these rights and around the world? And to be honest, I see the world as largely they are not able to have these rights. There's 20 to 27 million people who are currently enslaved around the world. This is larger than when slavery was legal during the transatlantic slave trade. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Those are words from our Constitution. And until that is a practice throughout the world, then to me, the world is a very dim place. Until everyone has equal opportunity and as I said, the rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, it is very dim. But there is a movement. There are people who are reaching out to these victims and giving them a voice. And that is what my organization is about, Broken Chains. That's what we're here for, to, as I said, rehabilitate, educate, and legislate for the people and give a voice to the uh, exploited.
That sounds like great a great job to pursue. Um, so, what about the world do you aim to improve?
Well, my organization, as I said before, we combat modern day slavery, but we're also here for the oppressed and the exploited in any form or fashion. We're here to be the voice for that little girl and that little boy who's raped for profit every day of their lives. We're here for that young woman who's been molested most of her life but is afraid to come out because of slut shaming and other things that may happen to her. We're here for LGBT youth who are thinking about running away or committing suicide, and we're here to provide a voice for the oppressed and the exploited, and that's what our organization is all about. We're here in a world where the powerful are the only ones, or the large majority of who are represented. We're here for the people that can't speak up for themselves.
Yeah, we definitely need people to offer a voice for those who are not um, heard as well as they should be.
Yeah,
Um,
what would you say you need to aim to improve the world, John?
um, well, I see the world from a very uh, fundamental perspective of elemental forms of social systems, and one of the elements of the social systems that I feel needs the most dedication to improve is the the uh, the actual vision of the future that we are trying to achieve, the common vision, the most common vision amongst all social groups.
Okay, so explain, what do you mean by that?
I mean, basically goals. Like, what if you ask the entire world, like, how does it see the future? You're going to get a lot of different answers, and therefore there's going to be a lot of conflict between all those different agents pursuing their own goals. But if we can decide on a common vision, we can do anything.
So you're saying like having a commonality between like political ideologies, or what do you mean exactly?
Yes, in a sense, a lot of the most basic element of the of the vision is the method of creating it, and we have a lot of different methods of creating those visions of the future and those basically plans for the future. And those are like different types of thought systems, um, philosophy systems, belief systems.
So what's the system, or what should we all be looking, or what ideology should we all be, what commonalities should we be joining together on?
That's the question that I aim to help the world answer as a whole. I mean, I don't want to answer it for the world myself, but I do want to get people to start thinking about that, deciding what their common um, vision creation method should be. And if we can decide on that, then we can decide on a vision we should pursue.
Cool, cool. Um, you said you, or talk about your social venture a little bit. You and I were talking about that before while this whole glitch was going on. Let's present that to the crowd that's watching us right now.
Okay. So social progress agents is another thing that I'm doing, the networking side. But the more action-oriented side that I'm pursuing is what I call I'm designing and developing a system that I call the ethical consumption rewards system. So like almost like a credit card's rewards for spending on certain items, except the categories won't be gas, food, and online purchases or whatever. It's going to be points on the score of the product that you consume. So what I'm going to start out doing is I'm going to start rating food. Like one of the most basic statistics about food is food miles. Like how far has the food traveled to get to you, and therefore how much fossil fuel was burned and contributing to climate change to feed you to get to sustain your life.
Okay.
And there's going to
So
be also many measures.
how did you come up with this idea? Was there some like eureka moment?
Well, I have a theory. Well, I read about theories of innovation and kind of helps me understand innovative process. Um, I think it's just my idea is just what's bound to happen. Anybody who's studying what's out there will have this idea. Basically, I don't feel like I'm like enlightened or like beyond anybody who wants to be. I mean, the opportunity to have these these uh, these understandings is out there. So I mean, for example, I studied system science, and also the biggest contributor to my idea would probably be the social progress index, kind of like the happiness index. It measures the qualities of social systems all around the world, mostly nations, I guess, and they rank them on who's the highest on their social progress score.
Okay. Who's highest?
Well, the U.S. comes in. It's not in the top 10, but most of the top 10 includes the Northern European countries, and I think New Zealand's pretty high too. But New Zealand might be the highest if that's kind
Okay.
of.
So what causes you to dedicate much of your life to improve the world and its social systems?
Um, I mean that's a very meaningful question. I uh, I think a lot of my motivation just comes from just just the the pain from that I feel from the problems that the social problems that are in the world, and also a lot of my motivation comes from seeing a solution. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I can like I've had dreams maybe sorts that kind of have proven to me at least that we can solve these problems, and I feel like I have the ability to really do these do the make do these solve these problems.
Sure. And I think, it's a unified, like mine, I have more of the nonprofit sector, and yours more of the, social entrepreneur venture sort of sector. But we're all working, the point is you and I are both working to help the world. And I think it's a unified thing, all of us working together sort of to break the bonds or break the chains, if you will, of the whatever social issue is going on. So, um, so yeah, it takes a unified effort here. I may be focusing more on human trafficking while you may focus on another type of issue. So,
Yeah, I think we're all part of an engine for social progress, and each of us per perform a function and a part.
yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, everyone can be a part. And I think that's sort of what your idea is about, right? Everyone being a part of social change and encouraging people to be a part of social change, right?
Yeah, and helping people understand the importance of sustainably developing our social systems and to thrive.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about your passion, what or the causes of what causes you to dedicate so much of your life to improve the world and its social systems?
Well, being from my dad's a colonel in the Marine Corps. Um, and being from this highly patriotic, very freedom loving family, we would sit down and my dad would talk about our constitutional rights and, just basic American civil class. And my dad, and I never forget it, one day I was talking to my dad and he was like, son, I don't fight for liberty and pursuit of happiness just for Americans. That's not what the original Constitution was founded for. It doesn't say just for Americans. It's for everyone. It's for everyone to have this. It's, if you will, a God-given right to be free and to make to pursue happiness and to have life. So, and that really it really sort of implanted on me. And um, I've also had friends and family, and people that have been through different varying situations where, I've experienced exploitation or things where they've been through things that they haven't, no one should have to be through, have no one should have to have gone through that. So I've witnessed things, um, the same sort of things, and I've came to this conclusion that, you know, right now there's a little girl who's being forced to do something that no one should have to do, to in the name of some guy's greed, in the name of some guy's, he wants to feel more dominant, he in the name of all these very intricate like things. But I just cannot stand here and let this happen and let these victims go unnoticed. All those all these women who've been, I hear constantly where people will say, well, she got what was coming for her. She deserved to be raped. And no one deserves for that to happen. No one deserves that for anyone to put their hands on them without them wanting wanting it to.
Mm.
So that's a clear breach of their liberty and their pursuit of happiness. So um, that's I just cannot stand having these victims go unnoticed any longer. I cannot stand. Um, I was told a story once where this girl who is being sex trafficked. By the way, girls are usually sex trafficked at the mean between 7 and 8
Wow.
because they like technically they like a younger girl. So there was this girl that was going through a sex trafficking situation, and every night the guy, what society calls a pimp, would tell her, "Listen, this is all you're good for. This is all you are here for is to do this."
Mm.
And I cannot, I literally cannot stand and let people tell men, women, children that this is all you're good for. I cannot let that happen. This demolishes every value that is set in freedom. It demolishes their self-worth. It demolishes just everything. And I cannot stand here and say that I'm a decent human being and let little girls and little boys be raped, um, women be told to sit down and shut up and let things happen to them, and they're not allowed to have a voice. And I can't stand just any oppression or exploitation, all the above. So this we're here to be a voice for those victims. Broken Chains is is their voice.
Well, I really applaud you for your concern and your your efforts to help these oppression. I also can empathize with the sort of oppressiveness of certain things, and like Nelson Mandela was probably my greatest influence in terms of how to react to oppressive forces. And he
Hmm.
was successful at defeating a very oppressive force. Well, not single-handedly, but he was a big leader in that movement.
Yeah. Is there, or you feel like just through like you've been oppressed in a certain way?
Yeah, just um, a lot of hard to define ways that I've been oppressed. Um, Basically, just not a big form of oppression is kind of like what almost everybody faces, is at least like 90% of the population is oppressed because they don't have the opportunities that the rest of the population has to pursue and realize the dreams that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a huge problem. And that's why Broken Chains is trying to one of our projects right now, we're trying to provide equal opportunity. Um, so one of our projects is I'm here in Thailand, as everyone can somewhat see with the thatched roof here. Um, and I am helping women who are from a sexual and economic exploitation sort of situation, and I'm helping them have a sustainable job because, like you said, there is a lack of um, equal opportunity throughout the world. Now, now I want, and this is maybe an ideology sort of thing, I want to clarify. Not everyone has to be equal. It's the opportunity. Everyone should have equal opportunity, and
Mhm.
that's what Broken Chains is about: is helping people have the similar to opportunities as everyone else, as far as education, um, and things of that nature. So that's one project we're working on, and we're currently these women are manufacturing bracelets so that we can sell them in the U.S. and their income um, depends on a lot on these bracelets. So we're really excited about it. I'm actually selling it at my school at FSU, um, and we actually just had a new shipment of materials to make like 1,500 bracelets. So we're extremely excited. The women here are really excited to show the world and America what they can do, apart from being sex objects. So where everyone's excited here.
Yeah, I would it'd be great to have your bracelets be sold widely to the public, build awareness and help the oppressed people that you deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. Another way we're working on these projects is I'm having a There Is Hope campaign where we talk to victims of um, trafficking and other forms of oppression like rape, molestation, and talking to these victims and hearing their story, but seeing how they overcame these things so that we can give hope to people that are in a desperate situation. Um, as I've said, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And I would hate for someone to throw away their precious life because of situations that they have no control over. And this is the part of what the There Is Hope campaign is about. That there is hope. Do not throw away your life because of what is happening to you right now. You can overcome. We have overcome. You can do this. Let's do this together. And that's the message behind the There's Hope campaign that we're going to be launching in the fall. So we're stay tuned with that. We're really excited about that.
Okay.
Um, we're
Um.
also working on a human trafficking film that where we're talking. It's fictional, but it's a fictional documentary about three girls and the different ways they've entered into human trafficking, and um, we go back into their lives and see how they got to this point. And each girl we do that, and then we witness how what situation the trafficker and how he got to a point of actually selling human beings. So that it's going to be, we have great actors, we have a great film crew, we have great writers, so we're really excited about that as well,
Wow.
where we're heading with that. We're also working on some just educational pieces where, of course, we do talks throughout Florida. Um, and we'll come to your state if you if you request us to. But um, we do talks throughout Florida, and just educating people about human trafficking and just general exploitation and oppression. So that's sort of what we're working on this year, and we're extremely excited about it. So please, everyone, go to Broken Chains on Facebook and like us. If we'd love to have you on there to hear your questions and just have you as fans to know that you support us in the fight against human trafficking.
And let's check the website to see if anybody's commenting. While I check the website, please tell us about your outlook of the how you feel you will, or you and your organization are leading the world through change, and how would it be with you in 10 years, and how would it be different without you, like the world.
Oh wow, that's a good one. So let's take this one question at a time here.
Yeah.
So how are we leading the world in change? Is that the first question?
Yeah.
Okay. First off, as I said earlier, and this was probably during my technical difficulties part of it, we as an organization have saved over 1,000 girls from sexual exploitation. So right there, we have affected 1,000 lives and helped them. We've played a part in their education. We've played a part in helping them acquire job skills. We've just overall helped them from this human trafficking situation. In keeping with that, we are also we have three sort of pillars, if you will, of affecting human trafficking, because we believe personally you cannot just attack one pillar of this and it completely go away. You have to attack all three. So rehabilitation, education, and legislation. So rehabilitation. After these victims have gone through all these different atrocities, we're aiming. Our goal is to provide first economic stability for them. So we're gonna help train them, give them a job where they can work to be provided for. Now, notice I did not say we're giving them all these things. No, that is not the case. We believe that they should learn skills. They should learn to acquire job skills, because they they need to go out in the world. They need to do this on their own, and they won't always have Broken Chains to support them. They need to have these job skills on their own. So, and that is part of the rehabilitation process. We're also helping in the mental and physical health of the victims as well. Educational process, as I told you before, we are going around talking to different organizations throughout Florida. We are handing out pamphlets. We're having a pretty, this year we're adding a pretty aggressive journalism campaign. Um, and we're also adding There is Hope campaign, and then we are adding the 3 of 27 movie that I mentioned before. So we have a lot going on with that. And then legislation, we're starting petitions daily. There's 5 human trafficking bills that are going to the Senate right now. So everybody call your senators, because there are 5 bills going right now, and we're just urging everyone to call your senators and say, listen, we know you support freedom, but let's help these victims of human trafficking and support freedom even more by passing these laws. So I urge everyone that's watching this, please contact your senators and do that. And that's sort of that's how we measure impact. So 1,000 girls, that's our first measure of impact there. Um, there's a huge statistics that say that those 1,000 girls that have been through sexual molestation, rape, human trafficking will end up, I think they say 80% will end up back into some kind of sex work, because that's the only thing they know how to do. But Broken Chains tries to combat that by giving them an opportunity to have a job, to learn these skills, and that's how we measure our impact. If 80% do not go back to some kind of sex work / voluntary human trafficking, then we have won. We beat the odds, and that's one measure of impact that we are working with. Education, we're just trying to reach as many people as possible, and increase our speaking engagements, increase the number of flyers, and I think that's growth in general. There's also, if you see polls, increase awareness of what human trafficking is, and how a man is to act towards a woman, or how a man or a woman is supposed to treat another human being. So those are all things of measurable impact. And legislation is, of course, we can measure it by the passage of legislation. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess to answer your where do I see me in 10, 100, or where do I hope, that's the question, where I hope it's going to go in 10, 100 years, right?
Yeah, that was awesome. Um, yeah, I'd like to introduce the audience and maybe you to the concept of impact investing, where you measure the impact you're making and the if you can put like a value that you're saving society, you can be rewarded for uh for saving society such an amount of value. It can be monetary
Uh-huh.
or maybe some other resource. Yeah, I'm very interested in impact investing. And is there any questions you have for me before we close? And there will be an after party hangout if people are interested, and we'll post a link in the YouTube page.
So, can you go into impact investing a little more?
Oh yeah. So I learned about it in a TED talk. There's a this guy he
What's the TED Talk called?
oh I'm not sure, but just maybe search impact investing in TED. And
Okay, wait 1 second. Or keep talking. I'm on the trail here.
okay, yeah. So this guy, I'll post a link in the description as well. So this guy,
Yeah.
he
Is it Profit with a Purpose by Andrew Cooper?
I'm not sure.
It's the founder of Leapfrog.
Oh, did you type TED impact investing?
Yeah. Anyways, keep going. Keep going.
But
What's impact
this guy,
investing?
he improved the recidivism rate, the rate at which prisoners go back to jail. So he saved the government such a cost that it would need to house those or imprison those prisoners, and so he gets rewarded for his expenses and for his contribution. He gets rewarded a portion of the savings that he caused. It's just one way to reward
Uh-huh.
social entrepreneurs. The reason the government wants to
You
do it
still
is
there?
only the entrepreneur takes all the risk. The government takes no risk. It just pays
I'm
for
not
itself after
hearing
the
you
after the
here.
fact. What did you find?
I think I lost your audio in some way. I can't hear you.
Oh, I wasn't talking. Um, did you find anything? Hello?
Um, yeah, I don't know.
You took a picture. Let me see. Maybe you muted me. Uh,
Um, I can't hear you.
you still can't hear me? Maybe it's your speaker.
Is your mic on?
Let me check. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I'm getting the green dots on my Hangout, so I think it's your speakers. But
Hello?
we're gonna conclude and we'll do the Hangout.
Hello?
We'll do the Hangout soon, the after Hangout. And thanks for coming, guys, and showing up. And I'd like to introduce this book. I was reading this book, and it's a very cool book. It's about how to change the world, social entrepreneurs and the power of new ideas by David Bornstein. Um, if you wanna, if you like if you're interested in the book and in social entrepreneuring, just tell me or ask any questions about the book. And I really enjoyed it. It's got a lot of good articles about explaining what social entrepreneurs do and how you can be one.
Hey, John.
Yeah. I think your audio is.
How does that?
I don't think people can see our chat. Our chat. Um, choose your speaker. Okay. All right. We'll reconnect. Okay. We'll reconnect. Reconnect there. Can't. All right. And if you want to support what I'm doing and what social progress agents are doing, just use my affiliate link on Amazon to purchase anything, and a portion of your purchase will go to social progress agents' efforts, and maybe it'll go into a fund for rewarding somebody for doing some work. People who compete for a job that where they contribute to the ethical consumption reward system, and there'll be a prize for the people who contribute to that, so you can contribute to the prize, and or contribute your work in either way. Just I'm happy for any contributions to the social system either way, either through me or through something, and I appreciate all the social progress agents out there who are contributing to social systems. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon in the hangout afterwards. All right, bye.